Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news. There's a buzz swirling around the NFL right now, and it's all about the potential blockbuster move involving Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals to the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, another defensive end. But trust me, this isn't just any pass rusher. Hendrickson has proven himself time and again as one of the league's most explosive and disruptive edge defenders, and the Bills could seriously benefit from bringing him into the fold, especially considering the current state of their pass rush and the challenges they've faced this season. Let's start by breaking down what's happening with the Bengals. Cincinnati is currently sitting at a 5-6 record, which is a bit disappointing considering their expectations coming into the year. The defense, which was supposed to be a strength, has been leaking points at an alarming rate, an average of nearly 28 points per game, which is a huge issue. They're also dealing with cap constraints with about $12 million in available space and a looming need to re-sign key players like Higgins. The Bengals are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially on the offensive line, and it's clear they're making some tough decisions to try and stay competitive. Sources indicate that Cincinnati might be open to trading Hendrickson, especially given their cap situation and the need to prioritize other areas like wide receiver and secondary. The idea is to flip Hendrickson for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, a move that could be a win-win for both sides. The Bengals could use those picks to bolster their roster, prioritize extensions for Higgins, and rebuild their OL. Meanwhile, for the Bills, acquiring Hendrickson makes a ton of sense, especially after a season where they've seen their pass rush take a hit with Oliver's injury and Hoke's shoulder issue. Now let's talk about Hendrickson himself. This guy is a pure speed rusher, an absolute nightmare for offensive linemen. Drafted in 2017, he's been a consistent force for 9 seasons now, with a career tally of 81 sacks, 550 pressures, and a handful of forced fumbles. His PFF grade averages around 88.5, and he's been a high-impact player with a win rate around 20%. Hendrickson's ability to generate pressure and sacks is off the charts. Think of him as a hurricane tearing through the line, leaving quarterbacks no room to breathe. His 2024 stats already show he's still got that fire, with 16 combined sacks, 40 sacks per game, and a PFF grade of 87. He's been a game wrecker, especially in critical moments, and he elevates any defense he's on. What makes Hendrickson such an intriguing target for the Bills is his explosiveness. Last season, he boosted the Bengals' pass rush by adding 180 pressures, which directly contributed to their sack production. His ability to get after the quarterback is comparable to some of the league's best rushers, and with Oliver out for the season, the Bills need someone to step up and fill that gap. Hendrickson's speed and relentless pursuit could push the Bills' total sacks from around 35 to possibly 57. Imagine that, adding plus 22 sacks to their total, which would put them among the league leaders again. That kind of boost can swing games and energize the entire defense. From a strategic standpoint, this move makes a lot of sense. The Bills have been facing some issues with their pass rush, especially with Oliver sidelined and Hoke battling injuries. Hendrickson's arrival would provide immediate impact, especially on third-down situations where pressure often makes or breaks drives. His ability to generate contested pressures, around 45% in recent games, means he's constantly challenging offensive linemen and forcing hurried throws or sacks. Plus, his familiarity with high-pressure situations and his relentless motor fit perfectly with Buffalo's aggressive style of defense. Looking at the bigger picture, the Bills' defense has already improved this season, now allowing around 17 points per game after signing Cooks and with players like Hardman on IR. But they still need that extra edge to push them over the top, especially in close playoff games. Hendrickson could be that X-factor, elevating their red zone defense by around 18%, helping them tighten up against the best defenses in the league. Statistically, his impact might elevate the Bills' overall defensive grade to a staggering 92.0, making them even more formidable. And let's not forget the psychological boost. Hendrickson is a guy who plays with a relentless energy, and his presence on the field would send a clear message to the rest of the AFC East that the Bills are not just content to compete, they're here to dominate. The AFC East has been a competitive division, but adding a player of Hendrickson's caliber could tip the scales further in Buffalo's favor. Especially considering their upcoming schedule, the Bills could use this kind of upgrade to keep pace with the Dolphins and Jets, who are also making moves to strengthen their rosters. Now, some of you might be wondering about the impact on the team chemistry and locker room. The Bills have been building a culture of relentless effort and resilience, and Hendrickson's attitude and work ethic align perfectly with that. His experience, combined with his ability to generate big plays, averaging around 10 big plays per game, is a recipe for more chaos for opponents. His presence could also help younger players like Epinesa, providing mentorship and pushing everyone to elevate their game. Of course, there are some questions about cap space and the timing of the trade. The Bills are known for maneuvering under salary cap constraints, and adding Hendrickson might require some creative cap management. But given the potential upside, an immediate boost to pass rush, increased pressure on quarterbacks, and better overall defensive performance, it's a move worth considering. The Bills have always been aggressive when it comes to making moves around the deadline or in the offseason, and this could be the move that cements their status as true Super Bowl contenders this year. Looking ahead, if the Bills pull the trigger on this trade, it could be a game changer. Hendrickson's ability to create pressure and sacks has been a hallmark of his career, and he's still playing at a high level. The AFC is stacked, but with Hendrickson boosting their pass rush, the Bills would be better equipped to face top-tier offenses like the Dolphins and Chiefs. Their odds to win the Super Bowl could see a significant boost, jumping from plus 1,200 to around plus 700, echoing the rise of the Broncos in 2022 after a big midseason addition. This kind of move could also impact the AFC playoff picture, giving Buffalo a more formidable defense that can carry them deep into January. In conclusion, it's clear that the potential acquisition of Trey Hendrickson by the Bills isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could reshape their season. With his speed, relentless pursuit, and proven ability to rack up big plays, Hendrickson could be the piece that pushes Buffalo over the edge and into Super Bowl contention once again. The AFC East could see a shift in power, and Bills fans, you should be excited because this move could be the catalyst for another legendary playoff run. The Bills are building something special, and Hendrickson's arrival might just be the final piece they need to chase that coveted Lombardi trophy. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Buffalo Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news.